and then you have to say sorry, otherwise they fire you. Anyways, so I I get the whole hire, all that stuff, and all that crap. Okay, I get it. I truly do get it. My work, I don't have all the rules entirely. I don't know all the rules in my own job. There is no way that anybody on this server can ever ask me to know every single rule. You guys know a lot more rules than probably anybody else. Well, most people. So you guys, but that's because that comes with the rank. I don't know every single rule. I get that. Take away my talk power, but let me know why you're taking away, or instead of let me know, if you've explained it once before, when I'm at work, if one of my supervisors explains something and he's not letting me say anything about it, he's not letting me do anything about it, then eventually, if he's explained it once and I leave, he doesn't just ask me to come right back in just so I can sit down and listen to it again and again and again and again. He lets me leave and then contacts me afterwards to see why I left. He doesn't just pull me back in where I can't talk about shit. Lets me leave and then comes and talks to me afterwards about it. That is something that my real job does. If you are starting to feel a little bit more pissy about the situation, you are starting to feel a little bit more okay about the situation, you know what I mean? Like, you're starting to feel, I'm not important to this conversation no more. If my higher up wants to make sure I know, they can contact me afterwards. That is something I do in my actual job. So,
but okay, may I interject for a second?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
There's a slight difference between your actual job and this, though. I do understand that that's what you do in your actual job, but here, the way you learn on what you've got to do or what you believe you should do, due to the fact that as a staff member of JG Gaming and almost every server where it's player against player, you have to take all the facts in. You have to be able to judge what the proper procedure would be. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just... You've got to sit in situations. You can't be you can't just move out in the middle of a situation you started dealing with and it got out of hand. You're expected to be there, watch how the senior staff member deals with said situation unless they ask you to leave. I do understand that you didn't want to get the situation to get heated and you just left because you didn't want to be I didn't
want to start arguing with a senior staff member inside a lobby with other people that don't need to hear it. That's why we are up here currently, because I didn't want to deal with it then.
Yeah, but
so I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. Sorry,
I'm just saying. I'm for the future. I'm fine with this situation just getting sort of swept under the rug. I do hope Harvey is. Harvey being the same rank as me, I would prefer if you agree with me on this. But for now, I would like this situation swept under the rug. You're a good staff member, Jordan, as is Harvey. Harvey was doing his job. You misinterpreted what his job was. I understand this. I am sure you understand this now.
Yes, I completely understand that Harvey was just doing his job. Harvey, I am sorry for getting mad at you. I will admittedly, openly say I am sorry for getting mad at you about revoking my talk power. That is your procedure. I now know that. I know that you need to do that. Now,
sorry.
If I can explain something, okay. At my work, it is like on this server, it is my job to sit in with situations that need to be dealt with other employees. I'm what you call it in the HR department. I am a part of human resources. I am the one who goes in and sits with higher ups and sits with the other employee that has a problem and makes sure that they don't bicker and all that crap. That is my job. Now, when I walk out, which is very rare, but when I walk out, it's because my higher up is telling me that I'm not allowed to talk, and he's starting to piss me off. So I walk out to make sure I don't yell at him in the middle of a discussion with me, him, and the employee. That is literally my job. That is what I get paid for. So it is my job at my workplace to know all the rules. That is my job. I literally am what you would call a sitter. I sit in and don't talk. I understand about the whole not talking thing. Okay? But when that happens, I leave, right? And me and that supervisor later on, we bicker and bicker and bicker and bicker, which we're doing right now. And I'm sorry for this. I'm sorry I'm taking up your guys' time. I will keep saying I'm sorry. I am Canadian. Whatever. Okay? I do it all the time. I say I'm sorry all the damn time. But that's because I admittedly, openly say I am sorry. I am sorry for taking up your guys' time. Harvey, I am sorry for telling you and getting pissed off about you doing your job. That is what I am sorry about. But the reason I just left a minute ago about from the senior admin lobby or whatever is because I don't appreciate 100% anything about my mental state. Because that's just a whole nother thing. Now, Elements, thank you for telling me I am a good moderator.
You are.
Thank you for telling me
I've
that.
never heard anything bad about you, and I want it to stay that way. Hence why I want this situation to be resolved in our little book between Harvey and you, as I'm not involved in this situation. This was between you and him. I would hope that Harvey would like to just sort of expunge the situation, make sure the situation doesn't arise, you don't have any hard feelings for each other,
nope.
And realize that he was doing his job. You didn't want to aggravate the position of where you were, nor him. You didn't want to get into an argument with him, especially in a channel with other players. That is why you left. I do believe Harvey understands this.
Yep. And like I said, I'll say it again. I'm sorry. Your job is what you need to do. Okay, I am sorry. I hope this conversation gets brushed under the rug. I have no hard feelings towards you, Harvey. I hope to me too. I will dedicate a little bit of my time that I have out of every day when I'm on this server and I'm not helping other people out, because I literally got on the server and I was bombarded with like 14 different things. So, but I will devote some of my time when I'm on the server and nothing's happening, reading over your guys' rules that you have new set in and all that, so I understand more. I will dedicate some of my time so that me and you don't have to do this again. I hope that I can deal with situations without having to call one of you guys in. But if I have to call one of you guys in, now I know that I am not to talk. And I will not. I understand that now. I am completely understandable with the rules. If you guys can inform me anything else that I need to know at this moment about what you guys need to do for standard procedure that I need to know, so that way we don't have this again, that would be very much appreciated. I'm not going to continue on with the conversation. Obviously, I don't know, Harvey, how you feel, but I feel as if it's pretty much dealt with. You know where I stand. I kind of know where you stand. Is there anything I need to know?
How do you feel about this, Harvey? Would you like the situation to be resolved now? Everyone gets back to doing their duties as a
yes, it's been resolved already. Also, I have a couple of things to handle here, so yeah, Jordan, we can overlook it, and it's just part of the learning process of being a staff member here at JG Gaming.
Thanks, Harvey. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you for your time, both of you. Have a nice day, Jordan. Keep up the good work.
User was moved